financial guru. Back again on the ones and twos. BroTalkTV.com.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Alex, and we are back in the building again. We got a special guest today, and you know I'm always lit. Say what's up, my brothers.
Yo, what's good? What's going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ray.
Ray always lit no matter what. Thank you all so much for the tuners tuning in today. Just want to tell y'all, hope everything's been well. Hope everybody is doing good and, you know, in this crazy environment right now. I have a crazy pleasure to introduce this guest here. This lady here on my left. I'm going to introduce you here for... before I introduce you, first off, my brothers, how are y'all doing this week? This was a crazy week, man.
Definitely a crazy week. Steve here, man.
Yeah.
Crazy week, but it was productive, right? You got to stay on the grind. Stayed on the grind all week, and I'm happy to be with my boys to just live it up and talk bro talk. So I'm ready.
Yeah, man, same here, man. Been looking forward to this all week. Super excited to be here, hang out with y'all. And yeah, can y'all hear me in the mic?
Yeah, you kind of low.
Anyway, super excited to be here. Super excited to be here. Been looking forward to this all week, man.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Just been chilling, working, hustling.
Well, I gotta tell y'all, my week was freaking horrible. I got stuck in a ditch twice.
Man, you can't drive, man. What's going on? How you get stuck in ditches?
Yo, you know, Florida got all this rain, and I was like, you know what? It's just a little bit of grass. Let me just. And sure enough, I got in the grass, and I was like, my car won't move.
Oh man,
that was the worst thing ever. Then the tow truck guy came, pulled me out, and the crazy part was I was on somebody else's grass. So the owner of the house came out and was like, "Hey, what the hell you doing?"
oh man.
So I told him, I said, "Hey man, I'm sorry about it. I thought I could just do a U-turn on the grass." And he was like, "That was a dumb move, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, it really was." So then after that, the tow truck guy come out. The tow truck man and the owner of the house is about to get into it because he's like, "Hey, don't mess up my grass." And then he releases me. I'm out. Everything good. 2 days later, I get stuck again.
Oh no!
So let me ask you a question. Was it the same tow truck guy?
No, listen. I was
tow truck guy.
I was so upset. I literally was so upset. I was just like, "Yo, I don't care what. I'm gonna make sure 100% I do not call this tow truck guy." I literally got out in the mud, pushing the car, shifting in reverse, and doing all types of MacGyver stuff. And finally, the car got out, and I was like, "Oh man, never again, bro."
Hey man, get you some cardboard in the truck. Just put that on.
Yeah. I am 10,000%. I am investing into cardboard. So I think that's my next stop.
You know they make traction for tires. Traction slip for tires.
For real, man.
That or some chain. I mean,
So let me go ahead and introduce this guest here. This is a good buddy of mine. Her name is Tammi Boyd. And Tammi Boyd is a manager for quality methods and procedure processes improvements for AT&T. She's a certified project manager, professional, a Go Green Belt, a realtor, and a minister. Oof. Multiple streams of income.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I like to hear.
that sound right.
She's a highly motivated individual whose energy for inspiring and motivating people have developed her into being a leader in multiple areas of her life. She loves to explore new things and travel. This I know for a fact. I literally seen her jump out of a plane. She encourages others to do the same, especially when they're young. She recently had the opportunity to go skydiving, just what I'm talking about, and she literally jumped out of a perfectly good working plane, 14,000 feet in the air.
I'm scared of heights.
Yeah, you definitely have.
Do a simulation, bro.
For real.
Me, I am. Anyone who knows me knows I do not like the planes at all. We drive everywhere we go. She's very passionate about life and helping others, and one of her biggest desires is to encourage people to live their truth, follow their dreams, and live life to their fullest. Two of her favorite mottos that she strives to live by is love, live, and laugh.
Nice.
And she highly believes in YOLO. You only live once.
Yep.
So give a special shout out to Tammi Boyd. What? Wrong one.
Come on, man. You just brought the high to a low. Come on, man.
My bad. Let's rewind that. Let's give a special shout for Tammi Boyd.
Welcome, Tammi.
Hey, Steve, I need her to do my bio.
All right. All right, okay.
Tammi, what's good?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. How was your week?
You know what? My week was full of rain.
Yeah, same here.
Are we talking about weather or are we talking about...
No, we're talking about
Okay. I didn't know if that was code word for something else and I missed it.
It's like rain, rink.
There were no subliminals.
Thank you for the clarification.
I'm glad you clarified.
No, I just got back. I spent 9 days in Atlanta, so the weather was
ATL.
ATL, shouty.
No, wait. I got to ask a question. Yeah. Depending on the answer, we'll know if we need to do a wah-wah or not. Is ATL,
Oh, Lord.
are there overloaded and overcrowded with black males
Okay.
that are on the down low?
Man, you had to
Oh,
make a run.
Oh, God.
However, we talked about that.
We just jumped off the cliff.
Yes.
And this is exactly why I'm scared to go to ATL.
Yes. We drive through ATL.
Yeah,
Listen,
absolutely.
Hold on. For the record, ATL is all the way live. Very great place to visit.
It is live.
You just need to be aware of your surroundings. That's all. You just be you. Just go and you have your little circle and
And you
You
do
know-
Do your thing.
do your thing.
So what
but
you're trying to say,
So-
bring a girl.
don't find
Whatever you do,
Hey, right. That's it.
make sure you bring your circle there. Now, what happens if someone infiltrates the circle?
About that.
Oh, man.
Because it happens. It happens. Okay, real talk. In Atlanta, for some reason, there seems to be a mindset that gay men want to make straight men gay.
No.
And that's a real mindset up there.
I never understood that. And listen, I'm not bashing any gays or whatever it is that y'all do. The problem that I have is if you're gay and that's the lifestyle you choose, so be it. You're entitled to that. God gave us all free wills and gave us the choice to do what we want to do, when we want to do it, and how we want to do it.
Right?
But when you go and you want to sway a straight man into that lifestyle, I think that's just evil.
So let me ask you: do you think that it's no different than a guy trying to get a girl?
What do you
that
mean?
Don't want to be with him?
Okay,
Right. So the concept is you're not feeling me, but let me see if you can feel me.
Oh God!
Right? No, listen. No, hear me out. Listen.
No, Steve.
Well. Hey, no. I don't want no judgment, right? Right? I'm just saying. But if you were to dig a little deeper, you say, all right, you're straight, but maybe I can persuade you. Do you think it's the same thing as a guy saying he's trying to persuade a girl.
No, because when a man is trying to persuade a girl, at the end of the day, he's still doing the natural law of things.
I get you on that one.
It's still a natural law. So, like, if you wanted to build a house, you would build it either straw, brick, something. You use some type of solid substance.
Yeah.
So, man, woman, cool. But when a man tries to persuade another man who is into man and woman, then it's like you're literally just. To me, I just think you're just being evil.
Yeah. All right. That's
Like you're plotting.
Yeah. So like if a man tries to go for a woman and she rejects it, she denies it, said no, and then you take it upon yourself to rape her, then you're just being evil. You're like you're going to the extreme. It's just like, all right, she don't want you, go someplace else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's how I just feel like, no means no. Okay. No means no.
Oh, no. I got a good one. Or it turns into, bitch, I didn't want you no way.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's when they try to downgrade
yeah, exactly.
You didn't want them.
They try to play it in. Like,
Usually ugly is in there too somewhere.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Or stinking. Don't forget stinking.
Stank.
Or mama.
Yeah. Something. Like, I never understood that. Once people get rejected, all of a sudden, like I never understood friends that they be close with you. When they close with you, oh, that's my dog, blah, 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 blah. And then the moment y'all fell out, oh, man, he this, he that, she this, she that. And it's like, man, like
how you switch up so quick.
Yeah, how you switch up so fast like that? Like,
well, that just means they weren't your friend to begin with.
That,
it was on conditional basis.
Correct.
That's not good.
I can't trust them.
Good. Nah.
I can't vibe with them at all.
Limited.
That loyalty was never there.
Exactly. Or know the difference between friends and associates.
Yep.
Facts.
Okay.
It was temporary.
Facts. So, Tammy.
Yes.
Okay, so we had a very special guest here a while back. Phenomenal guest. And she was talking about her experiences with domestic violence and things like that. I don't know if you've been through it, but I also opened up and shared my testimony, and I wanted to slightly touch on it again because it's domestic violence month, and I don't want anybody to think that we take it lightly or it's it's just something that we play around with. Everyone knows we joke on this show like crazy, but you still got to be cautious for what people are going through. And what was your thoughts on that? Like, what's your thoughts on men? Do you believe that? Let me say it like this: do you believe that when someone hits or abuses another person, that they're possessive?
Honestly, I believe if another person hits another person, there are some mental issues involved. It could be learned behavior, things that they had experienced growing up.
Facts.
And at the end of the day, we know it's not good, right? Because when it comes to a man hitting a woman, she's been raised by her mother and her father. A man has no right to hit her, and vice versa. A woman, let me say this, and I like to think that I'm a strong, independent, tough woman, but I do know my place, and I know I can't beat no man. So therefore, I'm not going to put my hands on a man. So I don't feel any woman should do that, because you have cases where men are abused just as much as women are. But this is all behavior some way or another that they have experienced at some point throughout their life. And that's what has taken, come into their adulthood. So when it comes to domestic violence, I just feel that people need to find their place of healing. Because they don't overcome it until they face it. And even in my bio, when I mentioned walking in your truth, people have a lot of truth that they need to embrace, regardless of how hard it is, how fearful it is to deal with it. And a lot of it can even stem from molestation, physical abuse, mental abuse. There's just so many things that people as adults are walking around with. In other words, we're in a world full of broken people. And that's what leads to domestic violence. Broken people.
Yes, that, there was a saying that they always used to say was, hurt people hurt people.
Facts.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So I honestly do believe when someone goes to that extent, there has to be something broken within them. But just because they're broken don't mean they have the right to break you. So I just tell people, like, the moment a hand get thrown, you need to run and clear it, like, immediately.
And
run for the hills.
In a lot of cases like that, when that happens, you have it's a case of controlling.
Yeah.
That person is in control. They're in control of the finances. They're in control of providing for the household. So, and a lot of it is, where they're dominating to the point whereas, the other person, they really don't have a voice. And that is what leads to that situation where they can't get out. They're stuck. But there are places to help. And that's where people need to be made aware of the resources that are available to them.
All right, so let me ask this now, and I want an honest answer. In our culture, there's 3 of us here that share the same background, and in our culture, I'm not gonna say what we were taught, but what we've seen is when a woman get out of line, you give her one good Jamaican box. so I don't know what you're talking about.
You can fit on that.
I'm out of this.
Hey, you on your own on that one, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
By yourself.
So I never said in our house. I'm just saying, what do you do in a situation where a woman keeps back talking, keeps disrespecting you, calling you all kinds of names? Do you just get up, give her that Jamaican box? Or do you say, you know what? I ain't got time for this foolishness. Let me clear it.
You know what? No.
What Jay looked like? Jay looked like, you know what? She deserves a box.
Oh no! I'm walking
Okay,
away.
for the record, no one deserves a box. Okay? Let's just go ahead.
Tell that to Jay.
Okay,
That's the first season.
Jay, just so you know, no one deserves a box. Okay?
I'm walking away. I'm saying right now, I'm walking away.
Jared walking away and having a drink.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go for a drink first.
No, walking away is the best thing to allow that person to cool down and let emotions get under control. Because under no circumstances should another adult hit another adult. Period.
Gotcha.
Point blank.
So now, I know you say that, but we had the discussion with the last guest, and Steve mentioned that he's a wild party one in the bedroom.
Oh boy.
And
Lord.
and I'm not trying to judge here. But what he does, or what he alluded to, is that he gets a little physical. If that's what he chooses to do, is that permissible? Or is that something considered along the lines of a box?
And he specifically was discussing in the bedroom.
So that's what I need to know. Now,
Right.
she said under no circumstances.
Right. So that's what
Yeah.
he's asking is in the bedroom.
Is that
If
permissible?
she's
Is an exception.
asking or insinuating
Yes.
that that's what she wants is a little bit of physicality, is that acceptable? Or what are your thoughts on that?
You give her what she wants and what she's asking for it. She's asking for it.
Give her what she wants.
Give her what she wants.
She asked for it, just give it to
No
her, no matter what.
Call the cops later.
Don't
Give her what
ask. Don't ask. Don't get.
Clear it.
So in other words, that kind of goes into the having a big argument so
Yeah.
you can just have the passionate makeup sex.
Listen. That's a discussion you would have to discuss.
Put it.
You would have to discuss that with Steve. That's
Steve talk show.
late night hour with Steve. So, me on the other hand, I'm a more gentle, passionate, friendly, talkative, respectful,
Would you like me to hold your hand?
loving, Christian music kind of playing guy. Oh yeah,
In the bedroom?
yeah.
No one under any circumstances should be playing Christian music in the bedroom. It's like your woman walking in there with a church hat on.
Let me
Come
tell
on,
you
dog.
something.
Come on.
The best is take me to the
Nah.
king. I don't have much to bring.
Nah.
That's it. That's how I operate.
I don't believe you.
Ray is similar along the lines.
Yes, sir.
He's a little more aggressive, but other than that,
Oh.
you know, Jared. Him and his boxing style. I don't want to bring that up. So,
Jared does karate.
Jared is literally a black belt. I just feel so sorry for the who deals with him. So,
Just to clarify, it's a purple belt.
purple belt. Oh gosh, and it's domestic money. Oh Lord. He's like 2 levels below perfection.
Exactly. Bring those charges down a bit. So
Take it from murder to manslaughter. Oh man. Golly, Jay, what am I to do with you, bro?
Well, I would hope a woman is not going to encourage anyone to be that physical. But now, going back to that conversation that y'all did have, I did listen to it.
Yeah.
And you asked the question.
Okay.
And your question was, when asked to be choked, when do you stop?
pineapple.
Since I'm a person,
That was it. That was the one.
yeah,
That was it. I committed that to memory.
Yeah, see,
Well,
It's embedded in the brain.
and you know, when I heard that, I couldn't help but provide feedback. And so my feedback on that, if that's the route one chooses, when they start turning black and purple, you might want to let go.
okay, so black. See, the thing is, like I told you, I'm
Don't wait till she
passionate.
passes out.
Yeah, I'm.
No, don't wait till she passed out. That's too late.
Yeah, I'm very gentle and kind. So a person like me could potentially overdo something. So that's the reason why I had to ask that question. The average person might maybe do 3 to 5 seconds. Someone inexperienced like myself would probably do 9 to 13 seconds. And we don't know what can end up with a 9 to 13 second choke. So that's why I had to ask that specific question, because I don't want to face any charges or anything like that.
I don't want you to face any charges either. Now, are you one of those that want to pull hair?
Like I told you, I'm very gentle and passionate. So a person like me don't do those type of things.
Okay. But you're Jamaican, right?
Here we go.
There is a boxing part of me that
We getting somewhere.
so there is some times when my wife looks at me and I just want to, but that's that part of me is sealed off. So that's not. You see what I'm saying?
You've been delivered.
Deliverance.
Yeah. She be like, oh, babe, did you leave the fridge open? What? But I said, you know what? That's yeah. So I be like, no, I didn't leave the fridge open, and if I did, I apologize. I'm sorry, and that's it. I think that's respectful.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, you cannot even say that with a straight face, though. But I'm just saying. But okay.
Now, Steve, on the other hand.
Oh no!
Steve.
I'm trying to figure out how this became all about.
Listen,
Steve.
I caught Steve in a mid box.
Listen, I do not promote domestic violence. Just for the record, I don't know what this guy is talking about right now. No boxing over here.
Oh man, listen, I know we joking around and stuff like that, but please, if you're in any type of domestic situation or relationship like that, run as fast as you can. Make sure you utilize all outlets and resources. Pair up with a friend. I don't care what. Do not become don't allow yourself to go inside of a casket because you're embarrassed.
I have a question. Do you
Sure.
think that people can change from that violent behavior, or do you think that once they open that door, they stick to that violent behavior?
That is a great question.
And before you answer, I want for our listeners, our viewers, reach out to us on BroTalkTV.com.
Yeah.
Leave your comments on our social media on that topic, because we want to circle back around to see if maybe somebody have their own experience of, I used to be in domestic violence, but I changed my life. But I want to talk about that just a little bit. Do you guys feel that someone can actually change their behavior?
Listen, that's a good question, bro. I can only speak for myself. I dabbled into that type of lifestyle younger, as I shared on the when I had the transparent moment. I don't indulge in that at all, period. So I would believe to say that I'm delivered. I don't argue, I don't yell, I don't even allow myself to get to that platform anymore. One thing, I guess that's why a lot of exes would say that I left them when things got tough. And it's not so much that things got tough, it's just I know where it could potentially end up at. And once you get there, there's no going back.
So would you say that people try to work things out and push past their limitations, and it pushes them to domestic violence or that level? Or
you know, a lot of people are unhappy. That's the crazy part. And we take it out on the most loved ones, the person that we share our hearts with. We mistreat them, and then we take. So just imagine you work 8 hours, 10 hours all day, dealing with customers, dealing with people, dealing with coworkers, people getting on your nerves, and then now all of a sudden you get home and the spouse or the person that you're with frustrates you, and you take all that out on them. Or the same thing with children, they frustrate you and now you take it out on them. And these are the ones that's closest to you, and they feel your wrath. So it's I realize when you are happy, your lifestyle is different. It's really different.
And to even try to piggyback on that, to really kind of dig into that question, in order for a person to get really reformed from that, they have to first want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, you got to admit it.
Yeah.
I don't care what.
And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to acknowledge that I'm an abuser, that, that I have something in me that is causing me to do this. And then it's a case of repeated, they do it, I'm sorry. Just like Ike and Tina. Like, she stayed with him for years. And, truth be told, Tina was kind of built. We know she could have whipped. You know what I'm saying?
Tina was very fit.
Yeah, but she endured.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Ike would have to have wanted to get help for his problem. And a lot of people, again, like even counseling, people in our community, we don't believe in getting counseling.
Sure.
Why? But if it's going to help make you a better person to talk this out, get it. It's not taboo. I mean, it's taboo in our community, but it should not be. Because those are the things, the issues that in order to address the issue, you have to confront it. And people don't want to confront.
So what do you, on that point, what do you feel that is hindering our people from getting counseling?
Well, because our people are always told lies that have been passed down from generation to generation. Black people don't get counseling. Like in the case of funerals. Oh, just be strong. When I tell you that, I do not ever want to hear another person say that to another person. If you lose a loved one, why do we tell people to be strong?
Yeah, it's the worst advice you can tell someone.
And that's a customary response.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be okay. You'll get through it. Nah, it's the worst advice you could tell somebody.
And it continues to this day.
Yep.
But that's because that's what's been passed down. And so in order to get past that, a lot of, in a sense, reprogramming of minds, body and soul needs to take place.
Facts.
And I think a big thing also is just communication in general in the black culture is not pushed as far as a positive communication. And on that same note, you talked about being able to talk through it and being able to do that. I wanted to also just reallocate or share the hotline also for the domestic violence national hotline. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. Also 1-800-799-723. 1-800-799-SAFE. If you guys have anyone out there, whether it's yourself or someone you know that's going through domestic abuse or any kind of a tough situation, especially when there's physical violence going on, please, if you can, be there for that person. And if you can't, if you don't have that level of communication, please let them know there's a hotline out there for them. They can call anonymously, they can get help. We want to just be a platform to get that news out to you. We want to make sure that we change the culture. There's no reason that we have to continue down this generational curse of keeping it to ourselves and continue to just poison ourselves by suppressing our feelings.
That's right.
Good. And on a comical note, I feel every woman should have an uncle, brother, cousin, or somebody that if a man, if a man put his hands on her,
there you go.
You should. I tell you right now, any of my brothers here that got a daughter, I'm telling you right now, Uncle Ray is there.
Yeah, like, you already know.
Period. You know. Like, I know, and I say that's just me, but I know all y'all would say the same thing. Like,
10,000%.
Somebody, just to look out.
Got to, man.
You know, if you don't have somebody, be that person for somebody.
Yeah, be that for someone else.
And change that cycle.
Right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I gave a scenario, right? Last year, because my children are in Atlanta. Yeah. And I basically painted a picture when I was telling somebody, man, listen, I will not even put myself in a position for a man to hit me. Yeah. Because my child in Atlanta, I said he will go to the airport, hijack the captain, hijack the plane, and bring it and land it right in my front yard. Yeah. And you know what? He said all that.
Oh, yeah. That's right. He's about that.
That's what it is.
You know what's so funny?
That's what it takes.
That you mentioned that. What was there was something in the news about there was I think it was a domestic dispute between a couple and a black guy jumped in to save them. Like I guess he was defending, I think it was in Texas or something like that.
Yeah, I
think it was a gym owner or something. I can't remember. Yeah. I heard it in the news. I saw it. I saw like a little clip, but I can't fully remember it.
Was that Jonathan Price? I think.
Jonathan Price. That's right. So basically, what happened was, I couldn't remember the name either. So I'm glad Jonathan Price. So basically, what happened was there was a domestic dispute, like you said, Alex, between a young lady and a male, presumably a relationship, boyfriend girlfriend kind of deal, husband wife kind of deal. And Jonathan Price, who happens to be an African-American male, jumped in as a local town hero, is how they're seeing him, to break this dispute up. And the police were called, and when they came, they actually shot and killed him.
Golly.
Perceiving him as the threat. I don't know if he died. Did he die?
Shot him 4 times.
Did he die, though, or is he still
I think he died.
Condition?
I think he's dead.
Okay. Yeah, and that was, and it's just crazy. And that's I think another one of the problems is, unfortunately, as an African American man or woman, but in general, just being of darker skin, we're automatically, there's a stigma that we're seen as a threat.
Yeah.
And
even though he's a hero,
even though he's literally trying to help someone, and everyone there is like, oh no, he's trying to help. As immediately, that's the threat.
Dang.
And he ends up getting shot.
And the sad part about that, he's being a hero, but you'll have a whole bunch of people with their cameras out.
Yeah.
Getting ready for
That's
World
it.
Star Hip Hop.
That's it.
You know, they're ready for World Star, and he's trying to, and he loses his. You know, but that's how twisted this world is.
Yeah.
Now the thing about that story is they're saying that. So this is a businessman, and a gym owner. I think he owns a gym, and I understand the business world. You're not looking for trouble, first of all.
Yeah.
And when you're in the world of business, you're looking to make sure everybody is good, right? Because that can be a potential client, that could be a potential customer. And the story is saying that he was going after the police officer's taser, so he decided to shoot. You know,
He was going. Wait. This was someone who already subdued the actual suspect, right? So he already done stopped the domestic violence guy, and then the cop said he was aiming for his taser.
Yeah, he was going for his taser, and he felt like he was a threat to the officer, so he opened fire.
Of
And
course.
unfortunately, that was deadly.
Let me ask you, was that domestic couple? Were they white?
That I'm not 100% sure,
I think they were black.
but
Oh wait. I think they were black.
but we
Black?
can confirm
I could check.
that.
I could check.
Yeah, that's something that we gotta check before we end out the show.
But the point that he had to shoot him
Yeah.
versus, you know, trying to subdue. There was a video recently of a white guy pulled over by police officers, and they tussle with this man all of 10-15 minutes trying to get him out of a car. And by the time it was all said and done, he shot both police officers and killed them.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, and
Yes,
and
a
in
white guy.
Right, and in my head, I couldn't help but think, had that been a black guy, it wouldn't even.
It would have
that
never
far.
gotten that far, ever.
And that's what's disturbing to me.
It would have never got that far. I saw that video. The guy was wrestling, tussling, crying, doing all types of stuff. And then when the cop got too close, he went, pulled out, and
Yep.
shot them both dead. I'm not sure if I know one of them
One
died.
definitely died.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other one. But yeah.
So that story, in reading the story, so Price broke up the fight. The police officer approached Price, Jonathan Price. Price actually put his hand out to shake the officer's hand.
Right.
And the officer thought that he was a threat.
Well, of course.
He thought that Price was intoxicated.
Of course.
And he attempted to detain Price and told him, "I can't be detained." So what happened was the officer took out his taser. Remember, Price is the
hero.
Not only the hero, but he's a gym.
He's a personal.
So
Yeah.
Big guy.
he discharged the taser, but the taser wasn't effective on him. And at that point, I guess the officer felt more threatened and thought that he was the one that was causing the disturbance at the convenience store, and shot him 4 times in the torso.
Wow. Can you imagine? You go to save someone else's life and yours get taken.
Sad.
Well, let's give a moment of silence for Jonathan Price for doing such a phenomenal job. Sorry that your life was taken prematurely by a inexperienced, ignorant, and unjust cop. Yeah.
So, no, I mean, one of the previous episodes that we shot, that we talked about Breonna Taylor,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this is happening a lot, and I know that with social media, the news, we can see this a lot more often. But there was some more information from the last time we did this taping on Breonna Taylor, and that was one of the charges were dropped, and I think it was a 3rd-degree murder on the officer.
Wait, is this the same case with the whole wonton?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
I already knew foolishness was
Right,
about to come, bro.
There was a lot more onto that. So first the third charge, which I guess I can understand. As far as the third charge, they couldn't really justify a third degree murder. The other two charges were still standing. But the point that I wanted to make is the jury. So first of all, I've served on a jury.
Yeah.
More than one time.
Gotcha.
So when you served on a jury, you are sworn to not do your own research. You are sworn not to investigate, go to the house. So even though the public knew all of the details about what happened, the jury did not. And what recently came out was that the jury was not giving all of the facts and information to charge or indict the police officers. And they didn't know what their rights were. They didn't know how much they can dig into. They were just giving a box to stay in, and figuratively speaking and literally speaking, this is the charges. This is the only thing we can talk about. But they weren't given enough information to say, hey, maybe we need to be charging, or maybe the police officer should be charged, as opposed to the information that was initially given to the jury to show that it wasn't a dismissed case or wasn't being charged for murder.
Of course.
Well, did you guys hear about those charges or the absence of the additional charges?
Yeah, I saw something about that, saying that the charges were never presented to them, so they never got a chance to speak on the homicide charges.
Right, and I think it was because I think they were saying that, well, there's pretty much they were not giving them enough information to charge the police officers, and which is why it was dismissed.
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, they can't even get charged again because of double jeopardy,
Which is
right?
sad.
Which is pretty much I think that it's a setup to get them off of being charged for a crime that they committed.
But I thought with double jeopardy, in order to be charged with double jeopardy, you would have to commit the crime, be sentenced for the crime, or be convicted of it. Then, if it comes out and it didn't occur, so for example, if I killed you and they sentence me to 20 years in prison, and then I come out of prison and you're alive, they can't charge me for killing you again.
Right.
Because I already did my time for it.
No, double jeopardy is you can't get tried for the same crime
Twice. Gotcha.
So, in other words, like use OJ.
Yeah.
Once he was acquitted,
That was it.
even if they found, even if he stood right here on this table right now
And said he did it.
I did it. They can't charge him again.
They just take his
Thus
memorabilia and then give
Yeah.
him a life sentence. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
OJ.
Man, listen, boy. Hey, OJ, if you are watching this, leave them alone. I'm just gonna say it just like that. Leave them alone.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, OJ, if you want a platform, speak your piece, man. Come through.
Yeah, come on to the Bro Talk, bro. You are safe and protected here, my brother.
He on Twitter now.
Oh, he's
Wait, OJ's on Twitter?
Oh,
My
yeah, he's been on
goodness,
Twitter for like,
2020.
I think 2-3 years now.
Oh my gosh, this pandemic is real.
And you know the crazy part with him, he literally has confessed, like, write a book, like, I didn't do it, but if I did, this is how I would do it.
It would've went this way.
Right.
If I did have this plan, this is what I would have done.
Or in the book, like, I think my alter ego or something.
Oh Lord, something sinister like that. Like not the OJ, but maybe Grow J would have did something like that.
It's another name that he used that he think committed the crime. Yeah.
Oh boy, he's schizo too, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
OJ, come through.
Come on, Juice.
Come on through.
Come on, Juice.
We know you in Florida.
Yeah, we right around the corner, bro.
Come through.
Hey, and on top of that, we still respect you.
I won't be there.
Why you ain't gonna be there?
He ain't gonna kill me.
Can we edit that out? Can we edit that out, please?
I didn't know what it said. There you go.
We're gonna edit that part out. Put the bleep in it.
All that build up, you just brought down the climactic experience.
Y'all got that private interview.
Me and Jay take vacation that week.
Remember that
They ain't
day?
gonna tell us.
It's just Alex there, like Steve. Nobody didn't come.
The same because ain't nobody here.
Hopefully we ain't turning over chairs and tables. You know? Private interviews do end up that way. Just saying.
Oh my god.
They letting the wrong one interview him too. Alex don't hold back.
So talking about y'all brought up Breonna Taylor. Did y'all hear about the changes in the charges for George Floyd?
George Floyd. The I can't breathe, dude.
I can't breathe.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Knee in the back of the neck. Did anyone hear about the new charges? How I believe they dropped
The third degree
murder.
and then switch it to.
But that was the headline.
Wait.
So yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anytime they drop a third degree murder,
Yeah.
it's gonna get worse from there. So tell me, what did they change or drop it to?
So they dropped it to second degree murder.
Wait, they dropped third degree to second degree?
Right. So the headline read.
So that's increased.
yeah.
Yeah.
The headline
Yeah.
read third degree murder charge dropped. But if you read the actual article, they explained that second degree murder charge was still
picked up.
being held.
Plus manslaughter.
Plus manslaughter.
Oh
as well.
damn.
So
He's getting off.
well,
The
no,
moment you
not
put the moment you take a murder charge and you drop that down to manslaughter, a cop or a Caucasian is going to get off.
But it is second degree as well.
Listen what I'm telling
So
you.
as long as you put manslaughter
the
in
moment
top.
manslaughter is attached,
Okay.
you are now just guaranteeing that person to go home.
So I got to correct myself. So this is the charge that I was talking about, not Breonna Taylor. The
No.
third degree charge was for George Floyd. They couldn't justify the third degree charge because of, I guess, in the state that it is, and the third degree charge says something along the lines of, I can't. I'll have to look up what the third degree charge was to speak to it intelligently. But the fact is, George was saying he couldn't breathe, and he still held his knee
Exactly.
on his knee on his neck, even though he was saying that he couldn't breathe. So they're trying to justify saying that it wasn't in a personal intent, and I think that's where the
manslaughter comes in. Is when manslaughter is when you take a person's life, but your intent was not to take their life. Maybe you punched them, and when you punched them, they landed, hit a rock, their head hit a rock, and that caused them to die.
Yeah, so I'll give the quick breakdown. So first degree is premeditated.
Correct.
So I don't like that person.
Yep.
I
planned it.
I figure out where I'm gonna bury the body.
Yeah.
You
thought
this
it
whole
thoroughly.
thing. I thought it through and planned it. Second degree is heat of the moment. So I walk in and there's girlfriend, there's some dude. I get crazy and I kill them both. Right? Pull out the gun and boom, boom. Everybody just go crazy. That's second degree. Third degree is like you said, not intentional.
Yeah.
I was doing my job like a police officer, and I unintentionally, in the process, killed someone. So they dropped third degree, which is manslaughter, aka manslaughter. They dropped third degree
right there,
and they made it now second degree, which is a little bit controversial because I feel, anyways, based on the evidence that I know from what and I'm obviously not firsthand, and none of us, I don't think, are.
Yeah,
it'll be more difficult to prove that he did it in the heat of the moment versus manslaughter, which was he was doing his job and he killed someone. Either way, it's murder, but the charges are lessened as they go up. So I think the idea was to raise the charge to second degree, but I think it's controversial because now it'd be harder to prove that.
But
if
the manslaughter is still attached, he's gonna walk.
But in the third degree, so they're saying the news article was saying that they couldn't justify the third degree because the third degree says you mean to harm somebody, but or know that you could harm someone, but you don't have a particular person in mind, or a personal vendetta. Now, there's controversial statements saying that
he knows him
exactly, but they're saying that it's not enough to stick to say that he had a personal vendetta. Maybe they didn't have enough altercations or something, so they're saying that they had to drop that and then focus more on the second degree with the manslaughter. Now, I don't know where this is going, but the fact that this is still some activity and conversation.
I'm gonna tell you right now if he's gonna walk or not. Did they give him bail?
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
That is a very good question.
All right.
I don't believe so. The last time I saw, they didn't. But I don't know if that's.
I could have sworn it was like $1 million bail or something like that. I don't know if he posts bail, but if they gave him bail and he was able to post it, or they reduced it, trust me, that dude's going home.
Now I don't know if this is true or not, but according to AP News, the officer the main
guy,
he was.
Remember, the other three already bonded out.
Yeah,
right.
So it says he was released on a $1 million bond.
Here we go, bro.
Yeah, they did release him.
Come on,
$1
man.
million bond.
Yeah,
Bro, you telling me on a cop salary you can come up with $1 million?
Nah.
I'm not.
Come on, man. $1 million?
Maybe not on a cop salary, but
what kind of cop?
Right.
Exactly. Training day cop.
I seen some movies.
Movies, really?
You telling me this dude?
Really?
This dude?
A Minnesota
Do you
cop.
know who I am?
Exactly.
Oh, Denzel, boy.
$1 million, bro.
Changed my whole
Also,
thoughts
to
on the
piggyback on that, he's also, besides the 1 million bond, he's allowed to leave the state.
Wait. He's on bond and he's allowed to leave the state.
So
He's
you
allowed
know
to leave the
that's
state.
one of the conditions of being on bond is that you're not allowed to leave the state.
I think because of the
Death threats.
uproar and death threats.
Okay, so let me ask you this: does he have an ankle monitor or any kind of community control?
I will have to look that up. I ain't gonna.
Come on, man. They done gave this man a pass, bro.
I'm assuming he does, but
Man, if I was him, I'd
You
just leave
can-
the country because
I just
Wait, hold on, man.
I need to know this. You're telling me
It's like, I'm going to my house.
The purpose of getting bond is so you're not a flight risk.
exactly.
Yeah, you just said I'm just gonna leave the country.
You ain't never gonna get bond, Jerry.
Yeah.
if he's
Don't
allowed,
do no
if they're allowed
crime.
to leave the
Bro,
state,
if
bro,
he's
the man
allowed to
can do
leave the
whatever
state.
he want at this point.
You telling me this man can go through all
He can go
50
out the
states?
state. If he was, I don't want to say it, but if he was black, he couldn't be able to do that.
No, of course not. Yo, you saw? Did that happen with
You
OJ?
say that.
Did that happen with OJ?
You used the wrong person.
I'm just saying. Any black person you know that had murder charge on him.
Yeah.
OJ was probably the only black person I know that had a murder charge that he was able to not only beat but get a bond and get out.
But he was also super wealthy.
Yeah.
Correct.
He had a lot of resources.
Money
that
talk.
the
Correct.
average
Like, you mean-
person doesn't have.
So you mean not on an officer salary? Is that what we're talking about? Alex Point taking.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. Look like he's getting off.
We got a football player who is worth $120 million.
yeah, lawyers. you
Yeah,
know, they
this
make
is the
things
highest.
happen.
Now let's think about it. This is the highest criminal case, highest paid criminal case in history. Versus a regular cop salary, $48,000 a year, $52,000 a year if you're a good cop. You've been around for a while, and you telling me you can post?
65 with overtime.
Yeah, that's what it is. 65 with overtime. Yeah, you do overtime every week. You're gonna get 65, 70.
Yeah.
And you can post $1 million bill.
Somebody paid that for him.
Ooh,
man.
is the question.
Yeah.
Or maybe not somebody's.
It's a group.
Which organization?
Exactly.
They had a GoFundMe.
There
Yeah,
you
it gotta
go.
be something.
Right.
Something.
Right. Wow. That one dude. I mean, that one dude got the bond. I don't know who his name was, but the guy, the young kid, who went and shot and killed two black people at that were protesting. Was that
Yo, I heard about that foolishness that he didn't get charged.
He didn't. Yeah. Well, he initially got charged, but the charges were dropped.
Oh Lord.
He murdered. Well, I'm going to just say murdered.
He definitely
I
did.
don't know what else. He says now the story is coming out that he was protecting someone.
Okay.
But there's video of him walking around saying, "I'm going to shoot you."
Yeah, it's just no.
You just randomly shoot.
I'm sorry. My
people.
question is, why is it when it comes to us,
Yeah.
Double
it's
standard.
always protecting
Always
something else,
protecting-
and we're always the bad guys?
Always,
Right?
man.
That
Double
to me
standard.
just does not make sense. We can't be the bad one all the time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. Like.
And then when they do kill us, they do things like they catch the young man and they buy him Burger King or McDonald's or stuff like that.
I'm starving. Can I get something to
kill
eat?
the
No,
whole
you going in.
congregation in church.
Here, you want some water?
And this man gets McDonald's and Burger King
Right.
on the way to jail.
Where they doing that at?
Apparently here.
Not where I'm from.
Yeah. Man.
Also, the 17-year-old's name is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Who
Okay.
was doing the shooting. I got away with it.
Wow.
And he was seen afterwards, like celebrating too.
Of
on
course.
video.
Of course.
I killed 2 of them.
Let me
I
tell you
killed
something.
two.
Hey, mark my words.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it again.
I have to believe that, and I honestly would believe it'll be in a higher volume too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens after that is to be decided.
And you saw what happened to George Zimmerman.
right? Yeah.
The moment he got away with that crap, he just went on a freaking tangent.
Yep.
Ex-girlfriend filing domestic dispute, all this type of stuff. He just
Because you
Sliding
untouchable.
down
You're
here.
untouchable at time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get away with killing someone,
if you can really get away with taking the life, not just getting away with it, but being glorified and compensated for it.
Right.
He came up with over $200,000 for the bond. Then he came up with how many thousands for the lawyer. Then they had a GoFundMe account that paid him.
Man.
put my hoodie on right now.
Hold on. And there was talk that he was suing the
Yeah.
parents
He sued the
and
parents.
some other people for defamation of character.
What? That's
Bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
You
crazy.
killed my child in cold blood
And he's
and
trying to
sue
sue
me?
me?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All
Listen,
a pack of Skittles and an Arizona tea.
I got to
I'm
Trayvon.
not even joking. That's what he had.
Yeah.
on him.
Trayvon
The
Martin's
kid,
mom.
a child, 17, I think it was.
Yeah,
17-year-old
17.
child, not
Just
an
turned
adult yet,
17.
had a bag of Skittles and an Arizona iced tea, and that was all they found on him. And he was a threat that was stalked, scared for his life, and shot and killed by a grown man. And the grown man walks, and then, like to your point, he turns into a even worse. He starts doing not worse, but he just did more. And it was in the news more, and I feel like unfortunately was glorified and given too much shine
Yeah.
and time on the camera, which I think is only gonna hurt things and not really help things.
So-
I think that's also a bigger problem. Also, is we see these issues on the news and in the media, and we get so caught up in the hoorah
Yeah.
of it all that a lot of times we forget that there's real people hurting behind this. There's real people that were related to George Floyd, to
Yeah.
Breonna Taylor, the mothers, the daughters, the sisters, the brothers who had to live through that, and now they have to live without that person.
Yeah.
And we get so caught up in the media, and that's unfortunate, but that's the culture we're in, where we're so focused on the story.
Don't forget Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm
I don't
starting
care about
to-
their background either.
Yeah.
But the
Like,
thing
so what?
is, what I'm seeing in all of this is the narrative that the media plays depending on the race and the individual that's involved, right? So we talk about Carl Rittenhouse. All they're talking about is it was an AR-15, but he never crossed state lines with it.
It's crazy, man.
Like, this is all they're talking about. They're not talking
course.
about who got shot and all this
Yeah.
stuff. They're saying, well, the gun wasn't crossing state line, so he didn't. And it was a friend's gun, and there was no evidence that he used the gun. Right? So it's the narrative that's being painted. If it was someone of African American descent,
It'd be
that had
completely
a gun,
different.
all they would say is, well, we found marijuana in the system. He was intoxicated. He had a rough past. He had a history of violence, and he had a pistol in his possession, and he opened fire. So it's if you look at the demographics of the individuals that are communicating, or the individuals that are being talked about, the media is painting a picture of, if you're of an African American descent, you're aggressive, you're violent, and you're angry.
Yeah.
But if you're a Caucasian, you're just exercising your amendment rights. To me, that's a problem.
That's
And like, that's the foundation. I mean, remember the police officer that went to the wrong floor into someone's house and shot the guy because she thought it was her house, apartment?
Yep.
What did they say? They said that they found marijuana in his apartment. What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
That's a problem. Yeah. And I think that this is a bigger system that we as a people have to fight. And we don't have enough representatives in key areas to fight for us.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this. I don't know if we can, what can we really do? Black Lives Matters is a start, but even that, I feel that people are starting to vandalize. People that are not us starting to vandalize and saying, oh, people that are part of Black Lives Matter is just vandalizing the streets. And again, creating a narrative of angry people that don't know how to control their emotions or feelings.
Right, and that's exactly what it is. Is there's a narrative? How many times have we seen four thugs break into a house and rob the place or whatever? But then when it's a white male or a group of white males, it's four men.
Yes.
four. No, but not only that, the pictures they present are pictures of them in their graduation gowns. Four college students, make a mistake and they decide to burglarize a home, will now risk their future and their scholarships, versus four thugs, and they find the worst pictures possible of the guys in a do-rag and some braids
and gold teeth,
and
they're looking thugged out, right?
And they're also college graduates, maybe, or high school graduates. They can easily use the same pictures because they go to the same school sometimes. Yeah. But the narrative doesn't fit. And so the narrative is what gets people interested. The narrative, unfortunately, that gets people interested is the stereotype. It goes back to what you said. Black people or people of color in general are the enemies and they're dangerous and we should be afraid of them, versus our white counterparts are not to be feared or worried or no worries whatsoever.
Yeah, I hear you, Ray, 100%. And it's just unfortunate that it's just by the skin color and being male. Like it's so often that we fit the narrative of a suspect in the area, right? Yeah. It's unfortunate that we have to coach our children, our young boys, teens, that you have to dress a certain way, you have to look a certain way, because you can be described or you can be mislabeled as someone else or something else. So you have to be extra careful on where you go, what you do, what you say, how you say, what is the tone, and people just don't understand that. And when I say people, I'm talking about people that are not African American descent don't understand how much weight and how much thought comes into everything that you do, whether you're male, whether you're female. You get detained as a female, next thing you know, you get hung in jail and they say that you committed suicide. What? The one thing black people don't really do, they might not go to counseling. They ain't committed suicide, man. Listen, I'd rather struggle and beg on the street before I take my life.
That is one thing we are known for.
Nah. Hey, I don't know about y'all. So y'all know me. So I'm in finance is my background, and clean, never been to jail, never had any kind of legal issues. But I'll tell you, and I don't walk around, I don't sag my pants. Yeah. I don't, I have no gold teeth. Once upon a time I had some braids, but they were clean, like I don't fit the stereotype, I think, of what you might visualize
of a killer.
But I've had these situations where I'm walking around and if I'm not in my suit from when I'm at work, I'm in my regular day clothes. I'm walking through a grocery store, not a grocery store. I should say like more like a mall or department store, and I'm getting followed. I'm saying people are following me. The employees are looking at me, watching me, talking to a little radio. It's like, oh, he's. And I'm like, and if you even think to look their way, they're like, oh no, sir, we're not watching you.
Exactly.
It's amazing to me because if you know me and you know my background,
you know I'm the complete opposite.
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I'm the most honest person you'll ever run into. Yeah, I joke, of course. I joke. I'm with my boys, but I'll never do anything at all criminal. It's just not in me.
I love when I go out to places and I spend my hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And they treat me like that.
But they're shocked before you spend it. They don't expect the tip.
So so those places, I literally I don't shop there. So the moment I feel that type of vibe, I'm coming in, I'm like, wait, you think I'm some thief or something, and I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money with you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go play with somebody else.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, it happens to me as well because obviously I'm a little bit taller than
6'5".
everybody else. I'm 6. I wish I'm like 6'3", remember 6'4", you know. So I get a lot of attention when I walk in. So a lot of times when me and Nish are going to like a restaurant, and it's not a area particularly a restaurant that's particularly known for having black people in it.
Yeah.
I like it when they see us in there. Yeah. Because it shows that, okay, yeah, black people can be where you at. Yeah. Like, it's not, I don't feel like we should be intimidated by how they look at us. And it could be fear, like, oh my gosh, there's black people here. We need to change restaurants. That's fine. I'm gonna just enjoy it.
See, I don't mind that, but when I come in and you looking at me as the negative, I'm okay if you shocked that I shop at the place where you shop at.
Now I will say, when they see us, they are surprised on how articulate we are. Yeah, when we speak.
So you see what I'm saying? Like,
that's what irritates me. It's like, how can you, like, there's a lot of times when me and Nisha are talking and we're very articulate, and they're looking at us like, oh my gosh, these black people can speak. Like, they can really, they're really polite. And I hate it because, like, that's how we usually speak. Just because we from the hood or just because we come from somewhere, we are educated.
What do I think about talking white, that quote?
There's no such thing to me.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, what are your takes on it?
I feel like that's what they classify it as, but that's not.
But what does that mean? Talking white. Does that mean that we can't speak properly?
No, it's
I feel like that's a diss. Like, there's a low key diss to all
definitely
black
a
people.
diss. 100% is a diss.
Yeah. And I think they take it from, like, us watching our type of movies, and they see, like, oh, the slang that we use, and they feel like, oh, they speak this language only.
So you have to understand that they look at, and when I say they, I would just say non-black people.
Correct.
Look at black people, and they have their own image of what we are as a race. They don't know that there's even though we're one race, there's a difference, right? So there's some people that articulate their words, and I feel like the terminology of talking white is someone that actually speaks clearly and concisely, and knows the right words to use and how to formulate them correctly without any slang. Right. I just think that it's talking English, right? And it's because you are of a African American face. You know, they would expect it, because you know what happens when a white person, more young adult, talks a lot of slang. What happens in the African American community? Man, you talking black, right? Yeah. So it's a double standard there. I'm not gonna lie, but you don't see it as often as possibly someone that is educated, someone that went to college, went to school, or just decide to not use slang words. Me in particular, I don't like slang words because I don't really keep up on the slang. So I said, you know, if I speak English, and it'll always be the same.
You do know English is the hardest language, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be consistent all across the world, and they'll understand me. And I get that sometimes, but that's all right. Listen, I articulate my words perfectly to make sure that you understand, and my kids, I make sure that they do the same, because there's no if, and, or buts. Nobody's gonna misunderstand the slang because that slang was outdated. It is what it is.
Okay, so can I tell you something?
Yes.
One of the words that our people need to realize is not a true English word is conversate. And
Correct.
Oh my
It's
God.
converse.
Yeah. And they have like made it like it's worldwide. Like
Yeah.
and when I hear it, that shows their level of intelligence in speaking the English language.
Yeah.
But that's one word that needs to be removed. Leave it on the ghetto dictionary. That's fine. But that's
You know the thing that's crazy is like when English is, first off, the language isn't original.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Then second, it's one of the reasons it's such a difficult language is because there's so many different versions for the same word.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You got orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah, you know, you got the orange as a color, and then you got the orange as a fruit. Then you got blue, which is for the color blue. You got blue as in and then you got blue as a cheese. Yeah. So imagine the Spanish or the Mexican coming over trying to learn it. He's like, blue. It's just so. It's too much. So when I see people, downplaying the next person because they haven't mastered that language, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather, they say he can't read and write. This dude is filthy rich.
Yo,
He can fight though.
I ain't gonna lie.
He can fight.
He can fight and he got money.
There you go.
What else you need? You can protect your people.
Yeah.
And you can pay for their stuff.
Yeah,
Florida,
You don't need to read, brother.
It's an app that can speak for him.
exactly.
As long as you read the checks in his bank account,
That
that's all that
man,
matters.
That's it.
Hey,
The numbers
all
are
matter of
money.
fact, let me tell you something, Floyd. The amount of money you got, the average American can't read. So I'm telling you this right now. You so smart. You got so much money. Only you can read that. That right there alone makes you the top-notch person.
And he barely got hit in the ring, so he got brain cells. You can still
Yeah.
learn how to read if you want to.
All right. So listen, man. We gonna close out on this episode. Just want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Our names are on the bottom of the screen. My girl Tammi Boyd came on through. Special shout out for Tammi.
Special shout out.
Appreciate it, Tammi. Thank you so much.
She's officially a what?
Bro, what?
Bro, you officially one of the bros. Thank you so much, man. So
My
anybody else
pleasure.
got anything else to say before we close out?
Just thank you for coming.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
It's my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you for having me.
For sure.
Definitely, man. So everybody tune in. Don't forget, oh shoot, we got Christmas in.
Don't forget, live, love, laugh, man.
Yeah, live, love, and laugh.
Yep.
And YOLO. And you got Christmas, Christmas and Thanksgiving coming up. Send us some pictures of your Thanksgiving food
Yeah, for sure.
so we can see. And I want to see if anybody out there can beat my mac and cheese.
And don't forget about the Thanksgiving giveaway. You follow
Yes.
us on IG, BroTalkTV.
$500.
$500. Just follow the details in the description, picture below. You'll see it soon.
All right. Be safe, y'all. Love y'all.